Yes, very good morning, dear students. Welcome back to online physics class, grade 10. So today we are going to conclude this chapter, that is electromagnetic induction. Actually, according to CBSE, this year many concepts are deleted in this chapter. Also, those concepts are domestic circuits and electric generator, DC current and AC current, and about electric fuse, and many concepts are related in this chapter. So first, now I am not going to discuss those concepts because already they are related. So those concepts are not at all come in final exam or any exam also. So further only whatever they given according to that syllabus only I am going to discuss with you. And today just I am going to conclude with you this chapter. So that is about Faraday's explanation on his experiment and about galvanometer. Right. Before that, just I will tell you. So in this third chapter from electromagnetic induction, we are telling galvanometer shows deflection. Galvanometer shows deflection. It means nothing but galvanometer is a instrument. It detects the small currents also in that circuit. For example, in a circuit, actually we can use a ammeter to measure the current. But ammeter, of course, it measures the current, but maybe in sometimes it does not detect the small currents in that circuit. But if you take a galvanometer, galvanometer is an instrument to measure the or to detect the small currents in that circuit. So for that only, whenever galvanometer shows deflection, that we can conclude it, the current is induced in that coil. Whenever there is no deflection in the galvanometer, we can conclude it there is no induced current in the coil. That is a working of galvanometer. So now I will discuss with you Faraday's explanation. What he was given explanation from his experiment. What is that? Faraday's explanation. Faraday's explanation. First point here, there are different points are there. Here first point is when the magnet and the coil C, I am taking coil C is at rest, when the magnet and the coil C is at rest with respect to each other, double R2 means with respect to each other, then the total number of magnetic field lines, total number of magnetic field lines per unit area, what we call magnetic flux. So total number of magnetic field lines called magnetic flux remains constant. So the magnet and the coil C is at rest with respect to each other. It means the total number of, for example, if you take for magnetic field lines for unit area, it means we call magnetic field lines per unit area means magnetic flux remains constant. Means there is no deflection in the galvanometer. If there is no deflection, there is no current. There is no induced current in the coil. Remains constant. So it is due to the reason that the galvanometer, G shows no deflection. So that is, there is no induced current in the coil. There is no induced current in the coil. It means that is constant magnetic flux in the coil, constant magnetic flux in the coil does not induce current. That only know what we discussed in this constant. If the magnetic flux is constant, there is no induced current in the coil. If there is no induced current in the coil, means the galvanometer does not show deflection. So constant magnetic flux in the coil does not induces current in it. Just for this, I'll show you one diagram. See, it is a magnet. So it is about north and south, right? And here I am taking a coil C. So here it produce the magnet produce magnetic field lines. For example, I am writing magnetic field lines like this. So we call it is a magnetic flux per unit area. Call it the magnetic flux. Here remains constant. Right. So for example, you can connect this galvanometer. For this, you can connect galvanometer. It is a G. Here see it is there is no deflection on this here, right? If there is no deflection, there is no induced current in the coil. So this is about the first point. Nothing is there. So what it means, when the magnet and the coil is at rest with respect to each other, then for example the magnet produces magnetic field lines. The magnetic field lines per unit area you can take, we call it is a magnetic flux. It means the magnetic flux remains constant. So it is a due to reason that there is no current is induced in the coil. There is no current is induced in the coil and a galvanometer does not show deflection. It is nothing but constant magnetic flux in the coil does not induces current. That is the first conclusion. Constant magnetic flux in the coil does not induces current in it. Yes, next explanation of Faraday. This already we can discuss, I think. Again we will discuss this, see, no problem. And whenever before, but we have not discussed with magnetic flux. Just we discussed about a magnet and coil. So here we can discuss about clearly magnetic field lines and the coil. It means magnetic flux and the coil. So so there is a relative motion. There is a relative motion between there is a relative motion between the coil and the magnet. There is a relative motion between the coil and the magnet. Suppose, for example, suppose the magnet moves towards the coil. The magnet moves towards the coil. It means there is a relative motion. Relative motion means with respect to each other. In magnetic flux, linked with the coil is changes. It is due to the reason. But what happened if there is a reflection or not? Compulsory it will be deflection. Why? Because the magnet moves towards the coil. The magnet moves towards the coil. There is a relative motion between the magnet and the coil. Compulsory it shows deflection. If there is a deflection, there is a induced current in the coil. So it is due to. So it is due to this reason. Due that the galvanometer shows deflection. That is, an electric current is induced in the coil. For example, again you can take a diagram. It is a magnet. It is a magnet south and north. So this is a coil. So it is connected to the source is connected to a galvanometer. So here, if it moves towards the coil, the galvanometer also shows deflection towards the right. So now we can take magnetic field lines. Yes, galvanometer shows deflection. Up to this already we discussed last class, right? But in the last class we are not taking these magnetic field lines. See, third point here, when the direction of relative motion between the magnet on the coil is reversed. Between the magnet and the coil is reversed. So what happened? The direction of relative motion between the magnet and the coil reversed. Then the direction of galvanometer, also reversed. It means the deflection in the galvanometer also, direction of deflection in the galvanometer also reversed. So that is, instead of bringing the magnet on the coil towards each other, if instead of this, if they are taken away from each other. Before that we have discussed about towards each other means the galvanometer shows deflection towards the right. But instead of that we can take both, not only magnet. Before that I showed, I discussed only a magnet away from the coil, means there the galvanometer shows deflection left. But here both are moving away from each other with respect to, it means a relative motion. So one is moving away from means another also moving this. But before that we discussed only magnet is moving towards, it shows right deflection, right side. Magnet is moving away, it shows a left side deflection. But here both are, the coil is moving left side and this magnet also moving left side. It means both are moving away from each other, taken away from each other. The direction of deflection in the galvanometer. The direction of deflection in the galvanometer, that is the induced current in the coil, that is the induced current in the coil is also, what happened, it will move away from each other, means it also move away from, it means it is also reversed, so is also reversed. It is due to this reason. It is due to the reason that when we bring the magnet on the coil close to each other and the coil close to each other, the magnetic flux linked with the coil decreases. Got it my point? So it is due to the reason that when we bringing magnet and the coil close to each other, the magnetic flux linked with the coil is decreases. Thus change in magnetic flux means induced current in the coil. Change in magnetic flux in the coil which induces current in the coil. That already we know. If there is a change in magnetic flux, then there is a induces current in the coil. So now increasing magnetic, these are the new points from Faraday observations. Increasing magnetic flux induces current in one direction, whereas decreasing magnetic flux very good point, decreasing magnetic flux then induces current in opposite direction. Yes. If there is an increasing magnetic flux, then current is induces in one direction only. If there is a decreasing magnetic flux, the current will be induces in opposite direction. These are the observations, new observations from Faraday. Right? That is the third point. The fourth point is important point. Listen carefully. It is everything theory only. Is explanation, right? So, but in that theory also the concept is behind. The fourth point is when the magnet on the coil moved rapidly with respect to each other, then the galvanometer shows deflection. There is a galvanometer shows deflection means there is induced current in the coil. Galvanometer shows deflection increases. When it will be increases when the magnet and the coil are moved rapidly with respect to each other, right? So this is due to the reason that the rate of change of magnetic flux in the coil is increases right? Thus the magnitude of the induced current depends on which factor it depends on the which factor will be depends induced current, of course rate of change of magnetic flux only, depends on the rate of change of magnetic flux in the coil, rate of change of magnetic flux in the coil. So the induced current in the coil depends on the depends on the rate of change of magnetic flux in the coil only. So next note point, note 1, the current produced in the coil, the current produced in the coil by changing magnetic flux. Change in magnetic flux, if there is magnetic flux is constant, there is no current produced in the coil. If there is a change in magnetic flux, then only current is produced in the coil. So I think hope everyone understood that point. That is the main theme of this explanation. So the current produced in the coil by change in magnetic flux, linked with the coil or linked with it is called the induced current. Understood my point? What is the meaning of induced current? The current produced in the coil by changing magnetic flux with it is called induced current. And the corresponding, if there is a change in current, compulsory potential difference will be there. Current is arises due to potential difference. That I already discussed this concept in electricity chapters also. And corresponding potential difference is called induced potential difference. Corresponding potential difference is called induced potential difference or induced electromotive force. Induced electromotive force. This phenomenon, important point. This phenomenon or this principle is called the electromagnetic induction. So this is about the Faraday's explanation, dear students, and briefly also will be there related to electromagnets and permanent magnets, how there is a change in magnetic field. That is actually no need for you, right? And one more note point is, that is note 2, about galvanometer, right? That already discussed before, right? Galvanometer is an instrument to detect the small currents in the circuit. This is enough for about galvanometer, dear students.